Welcome back to another brand new episode of the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. And I'm here with the boys, Jimbo, Coach Mac, and Todd.
All right, hey, oh yeah, there you go, Plaka. There you go.
Yeah, there you go, Plaka.
One more time, just for good.
Yeah.
So I guess not a lot to talk about this week in motorsports. I mean, the IMSA's racing up in Canada, but nothing else to really talk about, right?
WEC's in Sao Paulo right now.
6 hours.
Yeah.
Right, 6 hours of Sao Paulo.
Goodwood.
Not a lot
Festival.
going on.
Oh, yeah, good.
Oh,
It's
my
going.
God. Oh, yeah, if you can, go look up the new McLaren.
Oh, I didn't see that.
There's a new McLaren, and it is fucking... I think it's way better looking than the new Ferrari.
Oh, yeah? Is it the W1 or is it...
Oh, yeah.
It's that one?
It is the W1.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the
that
W1.
thing is sick.
The new Lexus.
Oh,
Yeah, around New
the LFR.
The LFR
LFA
at
replacements.
Yeah,
Oh.
at Nürburgring.
No actual specs are fully out yet. It looks incredible in the interior. There's some pictures of the interior. It has that like fucking livery on it, so you can't really tell the body lines, but you can kind of tell. It's a V8 twin turbo hybrid.
Oh, good.
Oh boy.
They didn't go full electric like they said they were going to.
And it is apparently very quick, very good. Rivals the LFA by a mile. It just doesn't have the sound.
Yeah, nothing.
But it's still, it doesn't sell bad from what I've seen. But 2027.
Oh shit, dude!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yamaha
Half mil. 300,000 to a half mil estimated price range.
So let's talk about this week in Gran Turismo, and then get into, because there's another thing I want to talk about when it comes to the new Ford Mustang Dark Horse GTD road race car.
Okay.
There's something else I want to talk about when it comes to that too. So did you do any racing this last week?
Dailies.
Did some
a little
B.
bit. Yeah, B was
Did some
pretty
B,
decent.
okay.
B was fun.
Did the time trials, the Ferrari GTO at Sao Paulo, and the Mercedes at Monza.
Oh, I still need to do that.
I've already
today.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think that ends today. Oh, well, I get you. You know what?
Probably got a
I
couple
can
hours
tell
left.
you. I mean, today. You mean it ended yesterday?
Sunday.
Yesterday ended yesterday
okay.
on Sunday, not today, because that would mean that today is Sunday when it's supposed to be Monday. It ends in 4 hours.
Okay.
4 hours and 40 minutes.
Very simple.
I've got a, yeah,
Monza,
it's
very
super simple. Yep. Let's see, the Porsche at Fuji, and then the GTO. I didn't do any race B. I did do race C. And like I was telling the boys in the planning before we started, yet again, B lobbies were cleaner than C lobbies. Now, that doesn't mean that there weren't crashes that happened, because again, B lobbies are less skilled players, so there was a lot of missing of break points, but not what I saw as intentional people getting run off track. And then I switched over and did an A lobby, and it was just people running people off the track almost the entire race. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just disgusting. I'm just going to keep my B race lobby the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go in, I lose a couple races, I win a couple races, and that's just how I'm just going to keep it at a mid B, because the racing's better. Yeah. Like, the racing is better. I mean, yeah, the guys aren't as fast, and I'm, a lot of times I'm much faster than them, but people aren't running other people off the road.
Right.
Yeah. I have my B. I did a lot in my B lob race as well, because I did the Monday with my main account, and then had the same problem. It was just like fucking chaos, And then I did the rest of the week from the back in my Stacy account, and it was great races. And the great thing about that account is it's a perfect B spot that I can start in the back. I get some competitive drivers in there because it's close. It's mixed with the A drivers sometimes, and I can start in the back and get 4, 5, 6 positions, have a good, exciting race. But I don't really gain any DR because I'm still below that 8th place. So it never leaves that area. It just stays floating in that perfect kind of decent racers, decent speed, kind of a little bit competitive. Cause I don't
it's competitive.
I don't really mind at times, but I'd rather get lobbies where it's a bit of a challenge to move positions. Going from the back to the front, right, like within a lap or two, and be like, oh, that was fucking fun. In the really low lobbies is it's fun.
Yeah, and I'm not. I'm at the position where I've got some are all B lobbies, some are AB lobbies,
Yep.
and I start at the back, and sometimes I get to the front, and sometimes I don't.
Exactly.
And sometimes I only get up to 8th or 9th place, usually because of mistakes I made.
Yeah.
It's like that medium, like it's medium A to A plus. Probably, I would say it's medium A to, I don't know, Todd, where are you at on the A plus ranking? Like, how far in is your little bar?
Pretty good on my main, and my other one, a little bit lower, but yeah, I have good racing.
Yeah, so what I think it is, I think a lot of it is the mid A to lower A plus are just fucking assholes. They are over eager. They're just trying so hard, and they don't want to lose points. They just run you off track.
And I think with us, where we're having some decent ones is because the lower B or high B to low A, a lot of drivers there are not great, so they're grinding and trying to be as careful and good as they can for the most part, so they don't slide back down too much, so they can try.
They may be more DR SR conscious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because they're right at the bubble of top tier. Because that's where it is. Like bottom tier for World Series and top tier competitiveness is right there. So a lot of people are like, a lot of drivers at that borderline are like, fuck sometimes. Whereas once you get in your mid to high A, it's like, fuck, I got room to play. Fuck this. They start getting a little loose in the fucking rules kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like that's, I think where it is that high A-ish kind of into A plus is where it's the most cutthroat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
You still have problems everywhere throughout the rankings, but like Todd says, he's a higher A plus, mid to high A plus. So that's where you're going to get some assholes, but you're going to get a lot more. I'm trying to be top tier drivers, where in Todd is in his races, I see a lot like they're a lot cleaner. There's some problems, but they're a lot more smarter drivers because they're the upper echelon kind of thing. And Todd's running with these guys, and that's why he's getting more good races up there, because you have the 1 out of 10 instead of 1 out of 10 good guys in mid A. You know what I mean? Like,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's just what it seems like. It's and okay, so I don't know if anybody watched Tijani's video, like his there's something wrong with it started off as let's look at the slipstream, and it's turned into let's look at slipstream and the penalty system. He got a 2-second penalty, and it didn't tell him what it was for, and it didn't look like he did anything wrong. Yeah. I got a 1-second penalty, and I did absolutely nothing wrong because I went back and looked to see if maybe I'd cut a corner.
Yeah.
I did nothing wrong. It just said, here's a penalty. It didn't say for cutting corners. It didn't say for running into a car. It just gave me a penalty.
You think from dude holding the sign and everyone going nuts about fixing penalty system, they're like, yeah, you want us to fix it? Here's a fix,
Fix
motherfuckers,
this,
in the
bitch.
last update. You want penalties? Here's a fucking penalty.
Here's a penalty for doing nothing. The same thing happened at It was so funny because I'm just going along and suddenly, bloop, it's like 1 second penalty. And I'm like, what did I do? Literally, what did I do? So I went back, and this was in my secret account. So I went back, and I'm like, all right, it happened here, so I'm going to watch this. Maybe I ran into somebody, or maybe something happened. Mm-hmm. No, I didn't run into anybody. No, I did not cut a corner. No, I did not scrape up against a barrier. Nothing happened, and it just popped up a 1 second penalty for no reason.
Yeah. I had not similar, but similar race C coming into up the hill into the first corner into the hairpin.
Yeah.
I had one guy right by me. We weren't side by side, but gave a good bit of space going into the little bend there to the hairpin. And we both start braking perfectly fine. Guy coming up behind us doesn't even slow down. Takes both of us, plows us both wide off the fucking track, just wrecks us all, and takes off.
No penalty.
No penalty to him. I come out of the corner, 3 second penalty I got for fucking hitting another car off the track. I'm like, what the fuck? I just got taken out, and I got the penalty for the incident for three, and it was just like, that's fucking so stupid. How the fuck is it like the algorithm so fucked up that I'm under braking and a guy behind me comes in at full speed, no braking, into a braking zone? The game should know, hey, you're not slowing down into a braking zone, because it knows, and it ghosts players sometimes for, hey, you can't do that. Ghosts you out and let you go right through. And yet I get the penalty for it. So there is definitely something wrong for non-penalties, like calls, getting penalties, and for people that should be getting the penalty on the other person as well. Like, something's fucked up there.
But
again, everybody should get a penalty, or nobody should get a penalty, or why don't we go back to the system where there were no penalties unless it was super egregious?
Yeah.
And as far as algorithm, this may go back to a PS4 thing where it can't compute as much. So again, they have to kind of make it fair so the PS4 machine can whatever.
Switch it off. Switch your penalty system off. We already know that the track limits penalties on certain tracks are completely
retarded,
stupid. They are not good. Because they're so inconsistent.
Yeah.
I'm okay with keeping limits penalties. Yeah. Keep the track limits penalties on. Yeah. Turn off the racing driving into each other penalties, because when we had that, those dudes that used to intentionally wreck you because they knew how to do it, and then they knew you probably couldn't come back at them.
Yeah, because of penalties.
Well, as soon as they figured out that you could come back at them and take them out of the race completely, they fucking stopped doing that.
You know what's funny you say that is because there was once, I think last week, somebody fucking wrecked me bad, and I was fucking fuming, and then I thought it was him coming up beside me at the end of the race, and I fucking hardcore sideswiped the guy into the wall, and I got a fucking penalty for it, whatever, right? And it was just like fucking, or whatever it was, the incident. I took revenge, and I got a penalty for the revenge, which I was fine with. I deserved it, but I made sure that he knew that he wasn't getting positions back for the fucking retardedness he was doing.
Right.
So, like, it is true. If you don't know what you're doing, you will get a penalty.
Yeah.
But if you know what you're doing, you can get away with the penalty and possibly push the penalty onto the other people, so they can't come back at you. And so, like Jim was saying, you turn that penalty system off like it was before, and it cleans up because they're afraid of you now. Because now you can take them out and not have to worry about, I didn't do it right.
Exactly.
I can just fucking pit your ass off the fucking corner or run you wide into the sand easy without any consequences.
Exactly.
And
yeah, it did. That's the crazy thing is when you took the penalty system away, the racing got cleaner because all of those fucking dirty drivers were like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get away with this anymore.
Yeah. Vigilantism started fucking rearing its head finally.
Yeah, and again, we can... Yep. You get the vigilantism in there, and it works. Let's not get to that discussion we had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Do you think GT8 should come out when PS6 comes out.
Yes.
Or
And I think they've mentioned that there's rumors that it's going to be the next full issue will be.
It should be GTA should only be PC and PlayStation 6.
It won't be backdated like 5 and like 4 and 5.
Yeah,
like 7
I think it needs to be.
And there's rumor because of time and whatnot. There may be a non-online and a separate online like Sport was.
Oh.
So separate games of sorts.
I think that I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with separating, well, number one, we have seen the fact that Polyphony isn't willing to bring us new cars for whatever reason. It's going to be really disappointing if we go into GT8 and we're stuck with the same fucking cars.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if they separate the games, they can make the single player kind of GTA game a little more, say, affordable because it's just single player shit. Right? And then they can put money into it's going to be the same fucking base scripting and everything for both. So then you take the sport mode, make it a separate entity, and then you can start doing DLCs. You can start doing all that shit and getting the money and pushing that money specifically for each one into updates for each one. Oh, we have all these people buying the single player. There's a lot of interest there. Let's put some more scapes in there. Let's put some more road cars for these fucking people. Oh, look, we got a lot of people playing sport mode now, and we're making millions off this, and they like that last DLC. Let's get some more cars for these guys, and they'll pay the $10, and we'll get a $10 million back on it. Kind of thing. I think that's one of the biggest problems is like unable to cater to anybody specifically in a game mixed. Right? Mm-hmm. That you can't put the money in the right spots. You know what I mean? Like, because we all know that the online community it's big, but it's not as big as the casual single player crap. There's a lot of people that like the scapes, the single player racing, just the fun shit, just to kind of casually play. And like the online is.
Who likes scapes?
Yeah, some people. Some people like.
Yeah, some people love
stuff.
photography. They do.
And I understand it, but
and
I
they're
don't.
good at it.
But at the same time, it's like. I think they need to really, because that's where gaming's going. Everything is online. If you can't even play a game on PlayStation 5 or at this point now without being online, why aren't you catering to the online community? That's what I mean.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Sony went down there, right? And everybody got their like 4 or 5 days of PlayStation Plus add-on or whatever for the system going down. But that proved how bad, everything is online based because you couldn't even play a game even if you had the copy in front of you because you still had to fucking go on to prove licensing and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest mistake that is happening is when you cannot play the game that you own.
Mm-hmm.
I can't play a game because you've decided that everything is online, even the quotes career mode.
Yeah.
Why would just because you want to post, I don't know, because you want to post lap times?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about that? I just want to race.
At least before, there was previously, if it was offline, even in sport mode, you could do shit.
Yeah,
it just would never actually save anything really.
Yeah.
And then previous to that, you could play offline and online. You know what I mean? So they just dwindled it out that everything is connected online. So why aren't you putting some effort into the online? You know what I mean? That's the whole thing. You can't play offsite. You can't play offline. So why the fuck do you bother? Right? Stop putting fucking scapes in because it doesn't matter. You have to be online.
Yeah, you still have to be online for everything. So, yeah. I mean, we could talk about this all day because it's something that really annoys us. Again, we would pay for DLCs. For DLCs. We would do that. I think most people would if they were good cars and if they're racing online.
And PD has pondered DLCs.
Yeah. Now DLCs are completely different than microtransactions.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a completely different thing. DLCs.
You want the car track, you buy it. You
buy it.
Star
It's
Trek. You don't.
Yep.
You don't, and it's
that.
the same thing that happens if you're in iRacing or if you're in ACC.
Yeah.
See how
You know, if-
popular
Like stock car
iRacing is.
racing, you
Like,
buy
look
it
at how
all. You
popular.
ain't open
Yeah,
wheel,
exactly. If
don't have
you
to buy
on
it.
iRacing, it's super popular, right? And you have to buy you pay for your
I
game.
think iRacing,
It's
there's
a monthly
11,000
subscription.
players.
You know what I mean? So you're paying more in a year than most like GT7 actually is. You know what I mean? Like, and you got to pay that all the time. So if you're playing for multiple years like we have, you bought the game 4 times, and that's just your subscription fee. And on top of that, you got to buy the cars, you got to buy the tracks separately or in packages. You know what I mean? So you're putting a ton of money, and people do it.
People do it all the time,
yeah.
and they put a ton of money into it.
I've spent probably $200+ on ACC for the game and all the DLCs, and I fucking played about fucking 100 hours.
I think I have
You know what
50
I mean? Like,
in it.
yeah, like, you know what I mean?
50
But
hours.
I've bought everything, and I continue to buy it just in case. Because the game is worth it. If you're going to play it, you need to have all that stuff because it is good. And if they do backdate some VR in there, I'll play it. If a new one comes out, I'll be playing it in VR if it has it, and I'll probably be sliding away from GT. I am heavily considering buying a fucking PC to run ACC and iRacing.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? Like I'd rather do that to get more competitive, different types of, like, if I was iRacing, I'd be fucking loving it because there's a fucking million different race combinations and car combinations.
There are.
Oh, Gimbo and his boys, man, they love it. They love it.
And it's got VR.
Yep.
And it has VR. Yep.
Yeah.
PSVR
You know what I mean?
2
Like,
headset too, so you already got the headset.
exactly.
Yep.
That's what I mean. So why not? You know, if Gran Turismo doesn't want to put the effort into it, it's a great game. It's got its problems, but they're not putting enough effort into it. I'll go and pay for something like I am already.
But again, maybe
You know what I mean?
it's because of the PlayStation 4 that they just can't put everything that
They want.
they know they can into the PS5.
No, because
the
they
PS4
fucked it
slows
up.
down. And Sony,
Because they
forced
shouldn't
their
have done
hand.
that.
Yeah.
And maybe this is Kaz's way of kind of saying "fuck you," and shit and whatever. We'll just wait until fucking PlayStation 8. There's no need to invest and do all this shit for a game that is running on 2 systems.
So,
Well, yeah,
let
the
me-
pandemic.
It's going to
Let
burn
me-
out though. It's going to burn out. It's going to burn out though. If they'll sell copies when it comes out later with the PS6 and shit like that, but they're going to burn people out. They're going to push everybody over to something else. You know what I mean? If something else
But
good comes
again,
out.
I think they look at the analytics. We lose X amount of players every year, but we gain more players every year. Yeah, we may lose 1,000 A+ drivers a year, but we gain 2,500 D and C fucking players. So as long as people are playing, that's all they care. Bottom line.
Well, realistically,
and
the bottom
I
line shouldn't look at it like that though, because realistically, the people who are the top drivers, if like you said, the A's that leave and then they gain a bunch of DCs or something like that, so their numbers are technically positive. Those are the guys that are paying one time.
Those are going to be the guys that only pay one time. Yes, I agree.
You want that handful or more of the guys in the top echelon that are leaving to go somewhere else to stay around because they're the ones like us are willing to fucking drop the money when it needs to be. You know what I mean? So, like, if they're looking at the bottom line and long-term viability is keep the top guys happy so they'll fucking buy it when they need to. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of DC guys are, like, when you look at it, like, if you look percentage-wise, I guarantee a lot of those low guys are fucking GT community people. Like, people that watch the streams and love watching and they get in there and they race a little bit, but they're not very good. Well, if you take a game away from them, from the top streamers and that, they fucking flood somewhere else because they're fucking tired of it, those guys are going to start playing the other games as well. Yeah, they're not going to, I mean, it's going to be a bit of a more of a mass exodus because, like, there's so many fucking top drivers who stream and stuff these days that bring people into the game because they're showing how good the races can be and how, the excitement of it at times. that, yeah, you get more D's and C's and people, I just bought the game. I'm finally in there. I'm only on a controller, but yeah, and they're excited because there's their favorite streamers doing it. Now, your favorite streamer goes to iRacing and ACC. Guess what? All his fans go there too, for the most part. You know what I mean? Because not all of them, but you know what I mean. Like there's a large exodus that way. So long-term viability is keep your top guys happy, and your lower guys will flood in. That's realistically what it would be. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we could discuss this. This is something we've discussed over and over again, and PD is not going to do anything about it because we've seen that they're not going to. So we've got more important things to talk about.
Oh, real quick, Jermaine, update on Jermaine. We raced with him on Monday. Quite a few races, and he's loving the VR. He says he can't race without it now.
Yeah, he's way past the nausea and everything. He's all comfortable. Fucking
good.
So Jermaine,
he was just having some blackout, like the calibration issues here and there. But it sounds like he's got it under control a bit now. So
So
once you get the calibration under control, you're good.
Yep.
Just
awesome.
Quickly back to obviously we all talked about this a bit earlier, but the GT community and willing to pay and this and that is a little shout out to Rory Arias for an absolute legend call. We already talked so positive of Rory and how he is not the typical guy. Like he understands it's second. The game's secondary. The streaming is secondary. He stops when his kid comes in, like just lets a car crash. Whoa, hey buddy, kind of things that we say other K streamers don't do. Again, the other day, about maybe a week ago, one of his community members came in and a little typing in there, and some issues with chemo coming up and cancer and whatnot. And instantly, before he even really fully read it, he let the car crash, stopped, focused on his interactions with his community, which, regardless of the situation, he does anyways, because he's just a legend that way. And basically wrecked his race, let everything go on, talked out with a bunch of people, like as he was in this chat, talking to the gentleman, and by the end of it, bought the guy a brand new Thrustmaster wheel base because he was going to save up after chemo or during chemo to buy one for afterwards. And Rory was just like, you know what? You don't need it after, you need it during.
Yeah.
You need something to help you focus your mind, look forward, be positive in your life. So he had it, and he got it the next day.
Well, here's something even better. It's beyond that. It's his community help. This is the difference between Key's community and Rory's community. Key's community is filled with a bunch of fucking assholes that like the fucking fact that Key wrecks people and bitches about it and gets wrecked and bitches about it and bitches about everything. Those are his viewers.
Yeah.
You go to Rory, his viewers are just like Rory. They're nice people. They immediately started sending donations to Rory so Rory could afford to buy this kid a fucking wheel.
Yeah.
And
he was emotional just reading the initial comment, and he's like, this hits home. You know what I mean? This is not good for anybody, but this is close to home. You could see it in his eyes. He was tearing up. You know what I mean? And he's that kind of a real person that and puts in the empathy and feels that, man, this is a rough spot. I've been there. We've been there. Family, friends. This is something. You don't need a goal to look towards. You know what I mean? You need something to help you push through it.
You
know what I mean? And his community instantly and it was just like, that's what the game is about. And there's a lot of people out there, not just a small group of cynical pieces of shit. In other communities.
That's why Rory's on his way to 300,000 subscribers.
Yeah, exactly. And
if you're not at the number they're at,
and if it's Arias on YouTube. If you haven't already, I suggest you subscribe to him. He is probably the best person in GT7 for not just streaming, because he's a good racer and whatnot. He's probably the best gentleman racer in GT7, but he's probably one of the greatest human beings that streams.
Yep. Yeah, he's just a great person. He's a good person.
Yeah, so if you haven't, I don't usually, do too much promotion for others, especially like that. But Rory deserves your subscription and whatever you can do to help him out.
Yeah.
So,
Andy had another good interview
awesome.
with another pro driver. So.
What?
Yeah.
He still hasn't come on our Raucous podcast.
Right.
Yeah, well, one day I hope he does, because I do love the guy. He's great. He's great for the community.
That'd be great. But I understand if he doesn't. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, I totally understand. Yeah.
We're not everybody's cup of tea.
I don't want to.
No, we're not.
Hurt his reputation.
I don't want to hurt his reputation either.
Exactly.
That's my thing.
Yeah, and that.
Do we want him on? Yes.
Yeah.
Do we?
I'd be on my best behavior.
I think
no
exactly.
F-words.
I think that's all of us, though. Well, I don't know if that could happen for me, but I would be on my best behavior when it comes to bad mouthing,
right,
PD and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things that I would really be like, I was so excited to have happen, but at the same time, I totally understand that we may have a bit of a clash of, not to say opinion, but just like what we talk about and how we talk, kind of thing. That wouldn't be as, like, Rory's a pretty wholesome guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I would really hate to smear his reputation. Oh, you were on that show? Did you hear what they said about this? It's somewhere in the past or something like that, and make him look bad or anything like that. Like, I would really hate that, but I would love to him be like, you know what? I'm not. Let's do it. Kind of shit like that. But yeah, love the guy.
He gets on here. What up, boys? How the fuck are you doing?
Who is this?
He was actually talking about possibly moving to the States, either Texas, Florida, or
Shut
Dubai.
up! Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
He's getting sick of all
so much shit that's
and
happening in the UK.
Yeah.
The fact that there was
broad daylight.
Well, no, I saw a post the other day. Don't know if it's true, but if it is, it's sickening. There's a person that was sentenced to 7 years in British prison for posting on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a man that raped a child that got...
And has 1 million photos of that, and got...
And they got like 52 weeks in jail.
Fuck up.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. This is because again, for some reason, the new British. I don't know if it's your political parties or what. Basically, you're shutting your eyes to the fact that you're being overrun in certain parts of your country, and it's becoming an Islamic state.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
The problem is it's happening in certain parts of our country,
Well,
Michigan,
Texas,
like Michigan.
Down. Oh, Michigan.
Yeah, but it's not only the UK; it's France.
It's France,
everywhere.
It's Italy.
It's funny because countries like France and Italy are starting to push back against it.
Mm-hmm.
England is not. Like, France has come in and said, "All right, you can't do certain things. Sorry, that's not allowed." If you're in some of the European countries, the women are no longer allowed to wear head their headwear, their hijabs and burqas and shit like that. They're like, "Nope, sorry, you cannot cover your face. You are part of our culture. If you don't like it, go home."
Exactly.
Well, you see, there's Tony Robbins in the UK. He's trying to bring it to light, but anytime he does or gets any traction,
they put him in jail.
They throw him in prison, exactly,
Oh,
and try to shut him up and shit. So that they're trying to deter other people and shit like that.
Yeah.
Well, here's something that's
the UK is California in a nutshell.
Who is it? Give me 1 second. I follow a dude. I follow a dude on the Instagrams. And he is a where are you at? He's a traveler and vlogs about traveling, and he comes to the United States all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting to the point with him where he might move to the United States. No. He's British. And he has gotten to the point where, like, in England, they try to charge you a tax for your TV, even if you don't watch it.
What?
And he has gone on Instagram and said, I will not pay this.
Well, again, I mean, everybody pays for the BBC, so, I mean, that's state-run propaganda. Every taxpayer gets, but we do the same thing with NPR.
Yeah. We pay for NPR, too,
And then that's state-run fucking propaganda.
But no, there's a TV tax.
Yeah.
And you have to pay your TV tax. And he's like, go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that.
Well, they got that tax and
he said he goes, well, there's one thing in the UK that we don't have that the United States is full of. And he goes, free speech. Is in the UK, you will be arrested if you
think of something. The thought police come to your house.
Yeah, it's become 1984.
It really has.
Yeah.
It's Orwellian there. It
it's
really is.
Very
there is
Orwellian.
No free speech.
It's
and
crazy.
That's when Andrew kept thinking, I want to go over and fucking, like, dude, you want to give up your fucking constitutional rights and free speech?
Right.
And when Rory's thinking, well, do you think it'll ruin, if I were to move and shit like that? I'm like, dude,
fuck no.
You have kids in a family. You want freedom, man.
Yeah.
You can't, you want and there's people, America's a shithole. There's a gun.
Is it?
Oh, that's why everyone wants to fucking come here?
Yeah, that's exactly.
If the United States is such a bad place, why do so many people still want to come here?
Yep.
Exactly.
That's all I'm going to say. It's
because we can literally pretty much do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, and believe me, the government. It's funny because my boss and I were talking about it right now, or this last week, and I'm the type of person that can see the truth on both sides, right? Here's a truth that, and I don't like AOC, but she does have some really good ideas about certain things, like this. People in Congress, in the Senate, in the judiciary, in the Supreme Court, and in the executive branch, the vice president and the president should never be allowed. Congress and the leading people should never be allowed to invest in stocks.
Yes, I agree with that.
I don't like her, but I completely agree with her 100%. This last week, was it last week or the week before last, 2 states have voted for a constitutional amendment for term limits.
It'll never pass.
I know. It should, because
it needs to.
And I also think that there should be age limits for people serving as president, people serving in Congress, and people serving on the Supreme Court. I'm sorry.
Feinstein, that bitch until 90 fucking 4 years
Right?
old.
She was almost dead before she finally relinquish control. That should not be happening.
No.
Dude, her personal driver worked for the CCP for fucking...
Yep.
He was the
years.
driver for 20 years and he was a spy. Nothing happened. Nothing. You got Fang and Swalwell. Nothing.
Nothing.
And for me, it doesn't matter what political party you're part of. You shouldn't be there for 20 years. You shouldn't be 80 years old. You shouldn't be 80 years old on the Supreme Court. There needs to be an age limit on the Supreme Court also. Back when there was a case back in the 2010s, early 2010s, that had to deal with can police search your phone? All of those old-ass fucking Supreme Court justices had no idea about cell phones.
They didn't.
So they're like, well, you shouldn't have... that doesn't count under the Fourth Amendment.
Yeah, how old was Ginsburg?
Yes, it does. That is a personal piece of property that could have evidence on it. That's that's like walking into your house. It's the same thing. You should have to have it's been decided that you have to have a search warrant to get into a phone.
Yeah, but then you have companies like Apple where they wouldn't...
Who are willing to just give up the information. Yep. They will give up your information instantly. I just think that, you can't have old... And it comes to the president. I'm sorry. President Trump should not be there right now because of his age. Biden shouldn't have been there because of his age. President Reagan shouldn't have been there because of his age.
Jimmy Carter, you go down.
Jimmy Carter,
they're old as fuck.
Old people should not be in there. You have to have people that understand the modern day.
Yeah.
Yes.
You shouldn't be in power if you were born during the Depression.
Right. That's right.
You know, and I don't agree with everything that, I don't agree with everything that Donald Trump is doing. No. Yeah, I think, honestly, yes, we should be going after illegal aliens in the United States that are especially violent. Now, when it comes to those farm workers that are just farm workers, yeah, slowly but surely start to pick them up and send them back. I do agree with that. Or I don't think that should be the main focus of. We need to get gang members, cartel members.
Yeah, but okay, with Joe
those
Biden's
people out.
How about
over 300,000 kids were lost?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The Trump administration has found over 10,000.
Well, they just busted that farm in 6 months. California with a bunch of
you had
kids.
11 and 14-year-olds working at a fucking weed farm.
Yep.
And they were
not just a weed farm, an illegal weed farm. That's what the news isn't saying.
That donates to Gavin Newsom.
Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was illegal.
It's all over.
And no breaks, no pay.
Yeah.
Why do they love it? It's
it's
the
free
rich
fucking
in California
labor, dude.
and the poor.
Yeah.
The middle class is
taking
just
advantage.
getting fucking. Yeah.
And I will say this: the rich people, whether they are conservative or liberal, they could give a shit about.
They look a blind eye.
Well, I grew up in the north central valley of California with lots of farm workers.
A lot of oranges.
Do you know how? Not oranges. It's
almonds.
It's almonds. Yes, almonds, pears, peaches, prunes, rice. Most of the rice that the people eat in the world is California rice. But they would let me finish this, Mike. Yeah. They would basically keep their workers in slave conditions.
Yep.
Like they would set them up in a shitty shanty house, charge them for that, pay them nothing. They had hardly anything to live on, and just literally no power, no water, no sewage. And treat them like slaves. That should not
pretty much they are.
Yeah,
I don't. That's
and then they got people fighting for them to keep them here, so that they can be taken advantage of, and the people
that they can be taken advantage of.
Yeah, they don't fucking see.
Yeah,
it.
And yes, those Europeans and people from across the country. Yes, we know what the issues are in our country. We're also willing to deal with it here. It's difficult, though, because you have so many people that are pushing back against the good things that should happen. Yeah, we need to get the illegal alien thing under control, not just for the security of our country, but for the security and dignity of those people that are being used.
Mm-hmm. Used and abused.
I don't have to.
Used on the way up from the cartels. They have a $10,000 or $20,000 debt that they owe to them, and then when they get to the States, they're put in slave fucking labor.
Yeah,
and
they live 50
it's just
to
a vicious
shack.
Cycle.
And then everyone thinks they love it, dude. Fuck no. If they could have an easier way to get citizenship and actually thrive and get health insurance and actually get the stuff they actually need instead of handouts and being pushed and kept in these slum conditions so that people can have cheap labor and these corporations can have cheap labor, which these fucking people don't understand. Yeah, it's such a mess.
Well, talking about cheap labor, I think what's going to happen to Max Verstappen is he's going to go to Mercedes and he's going to be taken advantage of by Toto Wolff.
Yep.
Yes.
He's going to be living in those shitty conditions.
And if he's not going to Mercedes, I'm going to be really surprised because Christian Horner got fired. Yeah. Oh, what? I just hit in less than 10 seconds. I hit both Christian Horner got fired and Max is probably going to go to Mercedes.
Yeah. And who's out of Mercedes then?
Russell's out of Mercedes.
That's what I think too.
You got to
think
keep
Antonelli is going to be a fucking legend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if he could learn under Max. Oh my god, dude.
The problem is, I won't be able to cheer for Mercedes anymore because I don't like Max.
I love Max. I do.
You know, Max is the Dale Earnhardt of Formula One.
Yeah, I'd love to hate him.
He really is. He's the Dale, and I don't have respect for Dale Earnhardt either. I just don't. You know, wrecking people to win does not sit well with me. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think that, like, two truths can happen at the same time. I think Max is the best driver out there right now.
Yeah.
Do I like his ambassador for motorsports, whether it's fucking sim racing or Formula One?
Do I think that? Do I agree with the way he races? No, not at all. But do I think he's the greatest driver in Formula One right now? Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, I think
100%. I can dislike somebody and agree that they are an amazing race car driver.
Yeah, I think
if I got into sim racing,
I think he's probably like if you put him in any car, he could theoretically. I think he could be the best driver in any discipline of racing.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely,
for sure. I would be a more aggressive driver, a la Max. I didn't get into sim racing until I was almost fucking 48 years old. So, you know, I'm pretty fucking conservative. But yeah, if I'm a young fucking whippersnapper, yeah, I would be fucking aggressive as fuck. And, you know, yeah, this is my track, my real estate, and fuck you.
Right.
You know, and that's how you have to be if you want to be a fucking world champion.
Oh, you have to
and
be cut.
he has that mindset, and that's why he's a 4-time fucking world champion.
Yeah, that's why Cody won his championships. That's why Michael Jordan won his
that doesn't mean that, and it doesn't mean I have to agree with that.
You don't have to like it.
But that's what.
But Max, even the thing that Max doesn't realize is he doesn't have to be that way, and he'll still beat people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like those really super aggressive drivers in Gran Turismo. They're already fast. They don't have to be that way. You don't have to be that way to be amazing. You don't.
I think he's definitely calmed down from it, though, too.
Oh, I think he's definitely calmed down, too. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he's learned.
I think he's really learned.
I thought the same thing at the beginning. He was like, what the fuck? Kind of but yeah, no, we mentioned it probably. You look back, Max has really got that, you know, the youthfulness is kind of gone. He's more the experience, even though he's young still. But
he's a man now.
He's got that more veteran fucking understanding long term. Like, I can't be such a douche all the time because this, that, the other thing.
But he still does it and bitches when he gets caught doing it.
Who was the first one to congratulate Nico?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's
absolutely. Yeah.
He's learning to become.
Well, and again, I won't say, you know, everything that I've heard about Max off the track is he's an amazing person.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about Max
bloats.
Off the track. No,
Max behind the wheel.
He has
Max behind the wheel. I don't like.
Yeah,
Max
great driver, but a bit of a dick.
24/7, but he doesn't.
You know,
he's very laid back, but when he's on the track, the switch or he flips the switch, and he is in the zone, and he is out to fucking win and set the fastest fucking lap and prove everybody.
Did you hear what? Hold on, did you hear what happened to Lando after the race?
No.
He got run into by a photographer. A photographer fell, hit him, and smashed his face into another camera. So he got another fucking ding on his nose, like the same exact place that he got it last year or the year before last when he was in the Netherlands. He's like got another ding. Oh, and somebody broke their trophy.
Yeah. Fuck,
somebody broke their
Lego trophy. Someone broke their
Lego trophy. Somebody broke the Lego trophy.
Two things quickly myself. Just want to give wow, great on finally for Nico. What a performance he actually put in there, especially starting from 19th.
Audi's coming up, baby.
In a car that is way, way, way behind everybody else to put that run together from the back of the pack to finish on the podium.
Well. And you have to remember You have to be on the right tires at the right time. And that was not only his experience driving, but they called the strategy correctly, perfectly.
The engineering, the strategists, the pit crew, everybody in that team deserves a shout out, especially Nico for the drive, because without him driving that way, even if they did that right, he's not making that up.
No.
Somebody else is not making that up. So all that, like you said, Jim, the combination, that team put an effort together that was beyond imaginable for being a literally bottom feeder.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, but that team is a bottom feeder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think, they've got Matteo Binotto. They also have Jonathan Wheatley now, too. That team could really be something to watch out for next year. Cadillac, this is the greatest thing that Cadillac is doing right now. They were able to get in huge amounts of wind tunnel time.
Yep.
Because they weren't a car that was announced for the 2026 season. So I think there's a possibility that they could be somewhat competitive next year at the lower end of the field because of that.
It's the reliability.
And it's going to come down to reliability. Also, this is how smart they are and how they're getting their shit together. During the Spanish Grand Prix, they did a simulated Spanish Grand Prix where they used their simulator and did everything like they would for the Grand Prix. So they are getting into the mindset of racing every weekend and knowing everybody's jobs.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. They're going to be great.
Yeah.
A little bit of a...
Got to dot your I's and cross your T's in this sport.
That's right.
What else is going on in silly season here, Mike? Do you know?
A little bit of a rumor. Don't know that much truth behind this, but with the departure from Red Bull, apparently Christian and a few others are discussing getting together to get a stake in Formula One.
Oh, what?
Emphasis on steak.
A ribeye or New York?
Yeah. No, they're trying to buy a giant chunk of shares in steak.
Oh
F1.
man, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the Apple?
Would you like him as the FIA
Christian?
or overlooking? Yeah.
No. He's been too involved with the teams.
I hope. He
I don't want somebody.
Ugh.
So
there is
one.
a
He's got too much team loyalties and friend loyalties, and at the same time, too much possibility of vengeance because of stuff.
Right.
Whether
exactly.
At Red Bull or with somebody else when he was at Red Bull, like another team or something like that. Like, fuck, maybe there was an incident a couple years back with Binotto. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that guy. I'm gonna fucking penalize the fuck out of him. You know what I mean? Kind of shit like that.
You can't have somebody that was that big of a team principal.
Yeah, he's too conniving in that way. Because look at how many fucking anything to report somebody to fucking try to get some scrutiny under, like he does. He's been doing that for years.
It would be the same as if you remember when
they need an outsider.
What's his name? The guy that was part of Ferrari was the team principal for Ferrari when Michael Schumacher was. When Michael Schumacher was racing for them, and he cut a deal with Ferrari when Ferrari was doing the fuel tricks.
Yeah.
And nobody knew what was going on. They just fined them, $40 million or whatever, and then just closed the books and didn't allow anybody to know what Ferrari was doing. And Ferrari did not have to admit to any wrongdoing.
Yeah.
That's why you can't have team principals be president of the FIA.
You need
because they'll do stuff like that.
You need a complete outsider from like what you do is you get somebody who's in like some of the best management skills, kind of shit like that, that necessarily doesn't understand the game to come in. So they're completely oblivious to everybody and anybody, the history of sorts, and they got to kind of almost learn as they go. But knowing how to run things properly, they're going to have that leg up, and because like you can go from sort of industry to industry, and when you're like a head honcho kind of thing.
Yeah, it needs to be more.
Things. And then
I think it needs to be more about management too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then have these people come in there and be like oblivious and be like, okay, this rule doesn't make sense. Why do we have this? Why don't we have this? If you guys are doing this, why don't we have this? And like be able to be an outside look at it from, you know, unbiasedness, and have no, well, Red Bull comes to him and be like, whoa, do this, can we do this? No, what the fuck, dude, you come to me again, you're getting fucking fined. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Keep that out, because there's so much backdoor fucking bullshit because they're all friends and this and that. Like, yeah, it's...
There's so much of it is they are friends, too.
What's that? The current guy who runs it, what's his background?
Money.
Oh, I don't. Money, yeah. He had a ton of money.
That's,
but
he comes from money. He bought it from money. I think he kind of bought
he bought himself into that system.
Yeah. So, like, in the NFL, the commissioner, he's a former lawyer. Or basketball commissioner, he's a fucking lawyer. They're all like fucking lawyer in the major sports in America.
Yeah.
Is that something maybe the FIA?
There's how that's something to ruin. There's some way to ruin anything is putting a lawyer in charge.
Well, you put like it should be like a board of governors of sorts, like an equal board of governors. Have yourself a really good lawyer in the board. Have a really good fucking economics guy in the board.
I have to apologize to Dave, the lawyer.
Sorry, David.
Sorry, Dave.
Have a
love you, Dave. Appreciate what you do.
Hey, Dave, maybe you can.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, hey, Dave, put your name in there. Put your name in there.
You really need a mix in there, so that you have some understanding of legal bits, and you have some management bits. You have like economic. You know what I mean? Like you need not just one-sided kind of things to make it really go. So either way.
One more thing before we go, because we need to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Would you rather buy the ZR1 Corvette, or would you rather buy the Ford Mustang GTD black horse hawk black? You know,
just GTD Mustang.
Which one would you? Okay, now
I'm going to say this, I'm more. I've always my whole life been more of a like the Chevy guy. I would definitely take that Ford.
Now, if we look at it.
I've seen a ZR1 in person, so I know.
How much are those dark horses, the GTDs? How much are they going for? How much?
$325,000. Then if you add the full, I think, carbon pack, they get to that $350 range.
Okay, $350. How much is the ZR1 or the ZR1 Corvette going to be?
$200 to $225. So about $100,000 less.
And which one performs better?
Well, 1,064 horsepower versus 850. You tell me.
That's the same.
Now,
but yeah,
this is and you need to realize that I am 100% a Mustang Ford person. I've owned Mustangs. I love Mustangs. I've always loved Mustangs. I come from the 5.0 era of the Fox body Mustangs. I love them. When it comes down to dollars and cents, I would have the ZR1.
Oh yeah, dollars. If it wasn't a cost issue, I would go with the Ford. For whatever reason.
Well, that Ford's the GTD race car, right?
It just
pretty
seems
much
like the grunt on that thing. It just
it's badass.
It does sound good.
And I said this.
But it doesn't have that prime, like that kind of fuck when you hear it.
Right.
It's not primal. It is European, very much so. And then you compare. I sent the Goodwood performance between the new Ferrari, which is a very fast car, but it sounds like a vacuum.
It's a V6. The 80, the F80.
The F80. It sounds like a vacuum. It makes no noise. And then you compare that. Then you compare that to the Mustang, and the Europeans lose.
Oh yeah,
by a lot, because I'm sorry, for the new Ferrari, as amazing as it could be, sounds like shit.
Yeah,
because it doesn't sound like anything. The Mustang
it doesn't even look that great. I'll be honest either.
And no, because they stopped using Pininfarina.
Yep, they did.
Well, it's all the European regulations and sound fucking shit they have over there. So, But yeah, again, for $4 million, you want something to sound
Dude,
But
I wanted
I would
to
have put that
yes.
V12 in that motherfucker, just like Lambo did. They kept that V12 and went hybrid with that V12. They should have had a V12 in that.
Yeah, and the Revolto,
Yeah.
they should have.
They should have V12 in that Ferrari with hybrid system. Fucking keep cooking.
And to me, it's not a very good looking car. In black, it looks okay, but the red,
that black.
Yeah, because you
black,
can't see it how bad it looks.
Yeah.
So what do we say about that?
Review on it.
Yeah.
And he the car drives very well and everything, but
but it looks like shit and it sounds like shit in my opinion.
And on that bombshell,
woo! Yeah, motherfuckers.
Good. Have a great week.
Yeah.
We'll see you next.
Enjoy the week. And
don't forget to watch IMSA and WEC.
Yes. Yeah. And another rumor: Endurance Motorsports possible VR at launch or shortly after for the PS5 Pro. They just keep coming with these VR stuff, rumors.
VR for everything.
Fuck yeah, the VR.
It's the only way to sim race.
VR mafia.
Go to subscribing to Rory.
That's
It's the only way
right.
to live life in a virtual simulation.
That's right.
Yeah.
Woo!
If we quickly, sorry.
Go.
If we are like VR and that is so good, and everybody says that we are like the Matrix and live in a simulation, is VR reality?
Oh.
Yes, I agree. Yes, it is. That is
Think about
reality.
that for a week.
See ya.